Why many great people remain single. In a world where romantic relationships are often seen as the ultimate source of fulfillment, it's intriguing that some of the most thoughtful and successful individuals choose to remain single. Instead, they have discovered a deep truth aligned with Stoic philosophy. True satisfaction comes from within. This powerful awareness allows them to live fully independent and on their own terms. Today, we delve into the reasons behind this choice and explore how the Stoic principles of self-sufficiency and inner peace guide their lives. We see being single not as a status, but as a deliberate path for personal growth and fulfillment. First, let's talk about why many intelligent people choose to stay single. It's because they set very high standards for themselves and potential partners. This isn't just about looking for someone with specific qualities. It's about finding someone who embodies the core Stoic values of simplicity, honesty, and rationality on a deeper level. These aren't just buzzwords. They are pillars that shape their lives and therefore form the foundation of any relationship they enter. For those committed to Stoic principles, every relationship must be more than mere companionship. It should be a partnership that enriches life rather than complicates it. They believe in fostering relationships that encourage both personal and collective growth, nurturing a bond that supports mutual success and personal development. This isn't just about being compatible in terms of hobbies or interests, but also about seeking a partner who shares the same views on what truly matters in life. Settling for less is not an option in this context. It's not about expecting perfection from a partner. It's about not compromising on the fundamental aspects of their life philosophy. Stoicism teaches that peace and virtue are the highest goods. Thus, a potential partner should contribute positively to these goals, not undermine them. These high standards are about preserving one's peace and continuously pursuing virtue. This approach might narrow the field, but it also ensures that every relationship they form is incredibly strong and enriching. According to Stoic thinking, high standards are about understanding that good relationships, in their complexity and simplicity, should be enriching without effort. A Stoic seeks a partner who values clarity, ethical living, and honesty in life's challenges, knowing that these shared understandings help navigate life better. They desire a partner who doesn't see the relationship as merely meeting personal or societal expectations, but rather as a joint venture towards a more meaningful and virtuous life. For those deeply committed to Stoic values, independence means having the freedom to make decisions in life based on their own judgments and principles, without compromising for the desires or expectations of others. It's about maintaining control over their lives and ensuring every decision aligns with their ethical and philosophical standards. This trait allows them to pursue their true purposes and passions without distraction or deviation, which is why a romantic relationship might seem limiting. In a world where romantic relationships often require compromises and adjustments, those who highly value their independence prioritize the ability to pursue their desires and life goals without restriction. They thrive in the freedom to grow, create, and evolve on their own. For Stoics, the ideal state is self-sufficiency, and their happiness does not depend on someone else. This comes not from a reluctance to share life's journey with others, but from the understanding that true satisfaction comes from within, not external sources. Furthermore, this independence is not about rejecting relationships entirely, but about prioritizing personal growth and inner peace over societal expectations. Stoics advocate for relationships that do not diminish but rather respect and reinforce their independence. This means a potential relationship must not only be loving and supportive, but also allow both individuals to remain true to their independent selves. By prioritizing independence, they not only avoid the potential pitfalls of romantic relationships, but also secure a path to live life on their own terms. This approach offers them the opportunity to fully dedicate themselves to their personal and philosophical goals. And this leads to a richer and more fulfilling life, in line with Stoic ideals of self-sufficiency and personal integrity. This deep level of independence is not seen as a barrier to intimacy, but as the foundation for a truly supportive and enriching relationship if the right partner comes along. This is not a pessimistic or negative view of love. It's a carefully considered perspective, deeply rooted in Stoic wisdom, shaped by observations and personal experiences. This Stoicism teaches us to approach life with a clear perspective, encouraging us to see things as they are, not as we wish them to be. This philosophy promotes emotional resilience and a practical approach to life's challenges, which extends to relationships. For those aligned with Stoic principles, there is a sharp awareness of the emotional turbulence that romantic relationships can bring. Sometimes, their observations of emotional swings, conflicts, or even disappointments due to mismatches in expectations, values, or life goals. lead them to question whether the traditional relationship model is as fulfilling or necessary as society often portrays it. Moreover, Stoicism teaches the importance of finding one's inner peace and satisfaction not in external bonds or others, but within oneself. This philosophical approach fosters a tendency to preserve personal peace and maintain inner tranquility. This can be significantly challenging within the dynamics of a relationship. For those skeptical about relationship dynamics, the potential for emotional discomfort is often not a risk worth taking, especially if they already feel complete and happy on their own. This skepticism also extends to the effectiveness of relationships in fulfilling deep personal and philosophical needs. Stoics often seek a level of understanding and mutual respect that goes beyond surface-level attractions or shared interests. Indeed, they seek enriching and intellectually stimulating connections with those who share strong common values and a foundation for ethical living. The difficulty in finding such a partnership and the preference for emotional stability often lead Stoics to be cautious about entering relationships that might jeopardize their peace. Minimalists, nomads, adventurers, or those deeply committed to unconventional artistic or humanitarian projects see living an unusual life not just as a choice, but a calling. Stoicism, with its emphasis on living according to nature and focusing on what can be controlled, significantly influences their life choices. For these individuals, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, but a practical guide for life. They've understood the importance of controlling their reactions to external conditions. This often leads them to choose lifestyles that defy the status quo. This affects everything from career choices to locations, and even whom they spend their time with. For individuals who seek minimalism or a connection with nature in different aspects of life, traditional relationships can often be a limiting or misaligned experience. As a result, they prefer relationships that do not limit their freedom or capacity to explore the world and find their own unique meaning. For these individuals living unconventional lives, traditional measures of success in society are irrelevant. For many of them, true happiness is not found in material wealth or status, but in a life lived fully aligned with Stoic principles. As a result, many thoughtful and successful individuals choose to remain single, because this allows them to stay fully aligned with Stoic philosophy and principles. For these individuals, entering a relationship must have emotional, philosophical, and even practical meaning. They are not just seeking love, they are looking for a relationship that includes deep mutual understanding, a harmonious life purpose, and mutual respect. These high standards fully align with the ideals of virtue and self-sufficiency embraced by Stoicism. For those with a Stoic outlook on relationships, happiness and fulfillment are not dependent on someone else. These elements come from within and should not be forced through external connections. This is not a complete rejection of romantic relationships. Rather, it is the desire to avoid anything that might disrupt one's inner peace and virtuous living. This allows those who prefer a Stoic way of life to form stronger, more fulfilling connections based on deep meaning and purpose. Remember, choosing to be single is not about settling for less. It's a conscious decision to live a truly satisfying and meaningful life.